Hold on, let me free you right quick, because this froze because it happened for a reason. I had to answer. My daughter was calling, but before that, it just stalled out. But I want y'all to hear me when I say this. When you love God, you treat people like you love God. There is no such thing as a clique. There is no such thing of treating someone how you want to treat them. You don't get a choice. When that Bible says love your enemies, I can see someone right before me in the same day mistreating me, but in that moment, I have to love that person. I'm like, where's the love for me like that? In God. I can see someone have hate in their heart, don't know me, just hate me because they don't have the courage to take a chance on themselves to be a better person. And they hate me for it. I've had people curse me, get close to me to do some witch magic. I can't even talk about that because I don't even understand it. It's beneath me to do something like that. People that persecute me, people that watch me and try to do exactly what I do, try to become who I am, but they can't. If they see me dressing this way, walking this way, speaking this way, interacting with people this way, they try to do the same thing. But they can't do that. They can't be me. But the me that people hate, people hate on, people curse, people become an enemy of, they love me so much that they can't stop watching me. You know why that is? Because since 2018, like I was talking about in the first part of the video, God took my heart and gutted it out. That family I was telling you about, he was like, I know they did wrong by you, but I'm going to teach you how to love them when they're absent of love. I'm going to teach you how to love them when they reject you. I'm going to teach you how to love them when they abandon you. All right. The hate for men, I'm going to bring men who hate themselves. Men who are running away from their identity. And I'm going to bring those men in front of you. And I choose you to love them. But at this time, they're going to just hate you. It's just going to be hate for you spewing off of them. And I'm doing this because I love you, honey. And I'm going to have you move separated from everyone, set apart. So people only can come around you if they pretend to be who you are, but they're afraid. So when you really are close to God, people are afraid of you. You know that when Aaron went up there by himself with God, the people were down there committing idolatry because they couldn't do that with Moses. Without him speaking the standard of God back to them, or falling on his face asking God for forgiveness, because they knew that Moses would intercede on their behalf. And they're like, nah, no, we're tired of that. We want to do what we want to do because we're hellions. So they were able to do it with Moses' brother Aaron and cut a fool, because people are always going to find a leader that allows them to compromise. And that's what's happening now. People go to places where the leaders allow them to compromise. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of how much we don't fear the Lord. I'm afraid of how we spare people's feelings. I'm afraid that I'm a black woman have to call out racism. When there are white people that see racists, see all the time. They see it all the time. They are aware that there are people that still don't have the love of God, but they have titles. You think somebody's going to say something to those people? No. Why? It's money. It's all, nothing seems real anymore. And this is why I'm saying I'm this dot, this little dot. And say I'm just like this 1 inch walking around the earth, this big world. And God chose this, nothing. I'm not a trust fund baby. I don't have a community like you may have, a community with mom, dad, sister, brother, all those people pouring into you, making you a phenomenal person. Great that you have it. We all deserve it. But I don't have that chosen family yet. But I have the family that God has chosen me to love on, the people that have broken pieces that still color. I have that. And I'm called to steward that. But in my stewarding nothing, I've become a lot of things. And I've become aware that your eyes are being deceived. Your ears are being deceived. Because people will keep you around if they can, as long as you don't call them out for not calling you out. So when you see my content and I go live, because who am I afraid of if I don't tell you the truth? And you want the truth or you wouldn't be here. I'm telling you, to listen to me is like you're opening up the heart of God. I'm not on payroll. I'm not a minister at a church. I'm not a pastor at a church. I'm not anything at a church. I'm just a child of God going to lift my hands to worship. But the hunger and thirst, it may appear like it's the hunger and thirst for a pastor, a hunger and thirst for ministry, a hunger and I truly love God right where I'm at. In this seat. In this seat. Because I know that if you're waiting for a pastor in a church to lead you to Christ, it ain't gonna happen. A lot of them are compromised, and they're compromised for this. A lot of people are not willing to be stripped of everything to tell you the truth, to call out those spirits in their church. You'll wait. It's like it's ran like a business. And I get that there are things that we have to do as a business for the church to run properly. But I'm telling y'all, this is my 7th year with God. Either God has created something in me that it took him thousands upon thousands of years to create me. But the crazy thing is, God is just getting started. I don't even know if I can cut this on, but God is just getting started with me. So I come to tell you, I'm just this little speck. Like today I went on my lunch break and I got on my knees. I work in a community where there's $1 million homes. And I see these kids and they come there. I'm like, what's that $1 million home if their parents don't know God? Right, honey, I don't live in $1 million home, but I have $1 million worship. I have $1 million praise. I have $1 million testimony. Right? Oh my goodness, sister and brother, I don't know what to say to you other than God is real. And you're going to have to become what you don't see in church. You're going to have to become, because guess what? You're responsible for your own walk. Okay? You can wait for me to go live. You can wait for... Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait for my emotions to spew. Don't wait. You might not have tomorrow. Right? I apologize for you being ignored when you walked in church. I apologize for you feeling like you had to put on face when all you wanted to do was scream. When you're so tired of that depression and you want to know, where are the healers? Where are the seers? You can't find them. You know why? Because they're not the ones with titles. They're compromised. So I want you to know this, that when you give your life to God, don't do what you see everyone else do. Don't give your life to God and raise your hand and get baptized and then go back living the way you were living. It's all or nothing at the beginning, at your Genesis. Don't stop giving God all that you have. Because it's right there. Although I don't have the community that I desire, well, I know people love me for real because they got the love of God in them. I may not have the support, earthly support, but I serve a doggone God that has loved me through the thick and thick of it. You know you somebody. Well, you got the somebodies who think that they're somebody and they're realizing they're no one. Because we're no one apart from God. And when you really get close to God, it's going to be hard to find salt. It's going to be hard to find salt. It's going to be hard to find light. And that, my friend, that's why a lot of, only Noah, when God took the earth, there wasn't pastors on that ark. Think about that. Think about all those people that was preaching the word, giving the word. Man, you gotta wring this heart out every single day. Let me tell you about Honey's ring. I'm raising these kids and I'm like, oh Lord, I gotta get this. And my kids are okay with the ring. Mom, you're good enough right now. Mom, you have enough. Have you ever had a child tell you, my daughter said, Mom, you can hold love. I have enough love. You pour love. I want to just sit in my own identity and I'll come to you when I need motivation. I'm at capacity in your love. She was able to say, I want to step into self-love. But I know you are available when I need it. So if I'm just this little dot that God has saw me, He knew I wasn't okay. He knew that I could not do it on my own. I tried to be a better person. I could not do it. He saved me from trying to fix myself. So if you are on the other side of this and you're like, I don't know if I can walk away from what I'm doing. I don't know if I can leave this friend group. I don't know if I can leave this job if God is asking me to leave the job. I don't know if I can be stripped down from nothing. What you really don't know is that you have no idea what life is. You have no idea what God is offering you. God is offering you the opportunity to see everyone around you for who they are, not for who you want them to be. And when you see people for who they are, not who their titles say they are, you get freedom. You're free of auditioning. You're free of pretending. Aren't you tired of pretending? Aren't you tired of it? Aren't you tired, baby? Aren't you tired Or looking in that mirror, not being able to look at your reflection. Because I'm going to tell you something. All of us, including myself, that's going to look back at this live, we all have leaders. And think of this. You didn't even want to look at this live or tap into the live. You were called to do it. Why? Because the leader before you is not calling you up. You are comfortable being comfortable. And when you think about that, as much as we hate change, we love people that call us to change. We actually respect that person. So even if you don't like my post, even though if you don't share my post, isn't it strange that you can't run away from me? Because I'm not selling you anything. I'm being. And you're like, I may not have that standard. I can't do what she's doing. But when someone is the standard, you can come back again and again and again and again and again. And you know why you can? Because I had to face over 20-some people in my family. And I had to forgive those who weren't sorry because the forgiven forgive. I was forgiven of my sin. And I couldn't understand what God was asking me to do. I'm like, you're going to have to kill them slaves. You're going to have to do something. Just forgive them for hurting me? Why? But I didn't know that I was being influenced to hate. I was becoming those that were hurting me. I was becoming like misery. So when I come on here, I don't know where God's taking me day to day to day to day. So when people have their vision out and they know exactly where they're going, how? How when you're really led by God? How? You telling me God giving you detail by detail? He'll tell you what to do and he'll order your steps. I'm trusting. Tomorrow could be the day I'm on a stage and I'm saying something in front of a crowd of thousands of people. People are like, how did you get here? I don't know. I just trust. I just trust God. I just walk and I walk and I trust and I trust and I walk. And I'm like, oh, this person is here. Hey, how you doing? Hey. And then that door closed and I walk into a new door. I'm like, hey. And God was like, ring that out. Ring this out. I want you to love this person that's difficult. And then the God will close that door and then he'll open the door and this. And then he'll be like, okay, go to this church. And I'm like, I don't want to do it. Go into that building. Go into that school. Go be my salt. Go be my light. And you know what? I'm like, God, I'm confused because I thought you wanted me to be an author. I thought you wanted me to be a poet. I thought you wanted me to be a public speaker. What is it that you're asking me to do? Whatever he asked me to do is what he's asking me to do. He is asking me to be exactly what he needs in the moment. So right now, I might be mothering you. I might be encouraging you. I'm doing whatever you need right now because God has asked me to be that right now in this present moment. So who was Queen Lady Honey? I am used by God, never misused. I am sometimes humiliated to allow myself to grow in the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of who God is. Because it's something about suffering that God loves. When Jesus on that cross, God was not looking at Jesus on that cross and like, oh man, what a bummer. Oh, such a boring day. No, it gave him glory. It gave him glory because Jesus took the sin and he was taking us back to right understanding. So if I watch God do all that for me, and then I walk around like, oh yeah, live in sin. Oh yeah, all right. It doesn't matter. It matters. Because when you find out what your final destination is, you think you're going to care about those artists that's leading you astray? You think you're going to care about the mama or the dad or anyone that neglected you? You're going to be screaming out, Lord, forgive me. They were knocking on the ark, screaming, watching their kids drown. So if it means that I have to be stripped down of everything so God can become my everything, so be it. Or I have the choice to get a platform. And when I get the platform, I have these people working for me. And then I can compromise because I'm like, oh, honey, you're paying their salary. Oh, honey, you're paying their salary. Bump their salary. Bump your salary. If God is calling you to connect with me and I'm a leader and he ever tell me I'm going to this, I don't care about your salary. I don't care about them kids and that wife and that husband that you have if you mistreating God's kids. You're going to go in your prayer closet and you're going to get that heart right. Because what happened to Eli in the book of Samuel, Eli was afraid to check his children. And guess what? His legacy, it crumbled. You got to check the people to your right or left. I'm not about to lose my identity because I got this billionaire, this millionaire, this six-figure person. I don't care about that. I'm going to call you out in a hurry because energy transfers. If you have the spirit of darkness and I come around, I can't stay around people long. Because the devil will work through your husband. The devil will work through your wife. He'll work through your kids. I was in my daughter's room the other day and she was playing some music. And I was putting some things away. And one of the rappers dropped a curse word. And that curse word just like wrapped around my body. And it just made me, I was pierced. I'm like, ooh, that's not appropriate language. Now my daughter's a teenager and I'm like, what am I going to say? Because I feel like sometimes God is calling me to holiness. And I know it's like, it startles people when you're saying, hey, watch that. Oh, you don't want those spirits in here. And my kid's like, what, Mom? What you talk about? And I get it because I've entered in a place with her. God, by the end of that night, God was like, you need to let her know this is my home. And I guess what? I tapped my door. I was like, hey, children, come in here. God got a message. Download. God was like, I'm not giving you permission to listen to that music. Now, if you listening to that music, that's your choice. And you decide whatever consequence. Listen, I'm not playing. I don't want a house, anything to fall on me. I ain't got time. I don't know how y'all playing with your life. I don't have time to be playing with God. I need to be in that ark today. Right now. That's why I'm speaking to you like this. Because you don't think that I have people that watch me. You think I don't want to be cool and accepted and all these things. Bump them people. Bump them people that's going to be on the outside of that ark. I don't care. Anyway, I can't care about people more than I care about my own spirit. So if I am a leader that God is going to connect you with, I want us to understand when I ask you to alter then, A-L-T-E-R, you're going to always be called to altar at the altar. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need your likes. I don't need your abilities. I don't need your talents. I don't need your treasure. All I need is God. So if there's a calling on my life to do something that I may not even be privy to doing until I'm doing it, don't you think for a second that I won't rebuke you. So I love you. I have to get off of here. Go back and watch the first live because it was cut off for a reason. If you're the one on the other side and you're like, I don't think, stop that. There is no way you're watching me. I have a lot of people watch me. They can't stop watching me. Why? Because as they're watching me, my faith, if this is God's, face, my face is like this at God. And everybody's just watching me move around as I'm like, this is God's face. And I'm facing God. I'm so close to God's face. I'm just facing God everywhere you go, everywhere you go. And then as I'm facing God, God is growing me. I'm becoming. I'm getting my woman back. I'm getting my little girl. I'm getting my access to my young girl back. I'm getting the access to my young lady back. I'm getting my purity back. I'm getting my innocence back. And how am I doing that? By not being contaminated with your character. I've never put a cash app on here. I know the things I'm offering you. You can't go nowhere to buy this. I have a book called Becoming Honey. And I know some of you probably didn't want to check it out because you're like, I don't want to support. I'm scared of where she might go. But God ain't going to take you there no how. He ain't going to take you there with that kind of attitude. So I just want to prepare you. If you see God take any video and send it viral. If you see God do anything and you see the president or whoever you think is a person that you admire or that you make an idol of and they're standing next to Honey. And you think like, I'm about to come standing next to Honey because I want to be connected to who she's connected to. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Because I'm not for it. Okay? We will honor people. We will love people. We're going to read that word. And we're going to become. And as we become, we're going to become a peculiar people. And we're going to love people for free. Because it was Jesus that died for us. I love you. But this love is just this. I'm still a dot. I'm still a dot. Go get connected to the God of all things. Of all things. I'm still working, right? So if I speak to you, most people speak this way after God has taken them off their job and called them into ministry. I love God so much that the people I'm around, I was like, wow, I would really love for them to go to heaven. Whew. What is it going to take? I'm not able to compromise. That's why even with dating, I know y'all probably ready to see me pop out dating. I can't date a man that's willing to compromise. Because what does that mean by all the eyes that's watching me? I need a man that's like, this is God's face, right here in God's face too. Right? So it takes time. It takes time. I start with the community, I lose the community. I start with friendships, I lose friends. Because people don't want to walk this close with God. They'll let go of me and like, ooh. I just want to laugh. I want to grab a drink. I want to do this. And then when they lose me, they're like, ooh, I ain't never met a person like that. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. You didn't want to pivot at that moment. I have forgiveness for you. But again, I need someone to love me as I was loved at that Lee's Worship Church. If I was a married woman, when I marry, I would perhaps ask my husband, let's go down there and see if we can meet that man of God, that woman of God. That's the person I would want in my life. Because I watched how that man treated me when I had nothing to offer him. Those are the type of people, foot soldiers, that you should run into when you are out here. If you're not running into men and women of God that's sold out no matter where they are, run. But when I try to run, God be like, you can't run because I'm using you. So I can't run because I'm being used. So I must have come alive in a way that I'm no longer hidden, because you come back. So God has revealed who I am, because I was hidden because people were misusing me. So as I'm keeping the faith, as I'm protecting my heart, as I'm watching the motives of everyone, because everyone don't have the right motive. Like, people have the greater is he that's in them. But how are you using it? What's the motive behind what you're doing, what you're saying? And mine is a cry out for God. Mine is a cry out. I want us to make a sound on this earth that every demonic spirit has to flee. There is nothing wrong with your mind. There is nothing wrong with your body. You have to speak healing over yourself. You have to believe that God can do it. All I did was believe that God could take my depression away. Why? I believed in myself. It didn't go nowhere. I believed in my family. It didn't go nowhere. I believed in my relationships. It didn't go nowhere. As soon as I believed on God, I just had this small, tiny belief, and he took it. So I'm not leaving God to satisfy man that have nothing to offer me. So when you watch these lives, they're going to be available for 30 days. Come back and tune in again, right? And get yourself cleaned up. Why? If I am your chosen leader, I will have nothing less. And you have permission to pray for me. If you feel like I'm drifting this way, or if you you see me with a young lady or a man and you feel like I'm compromised, pull me to the side. Say, honey, I don't like how that person treated that person. I don't like that when I was around you that you didn't acknowledge me by you allowed that person to make me feel like I didn't matter. You know, I don't like that you just for this group of people and you're not from. I don't like that you switch up. I ain't got time for for a grown person to come to me about my character. And I don't have time to confuse you about who I am. I am on assignment. Right? So, of course, I welcome you to come through. But if it's anything, if you asking me to be below a standard, I cannot go below a standard. I will not people please because it makes no sense. So I get that some of you like, I don't want to go to church because this church, I'm still in the church. And what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to pray for that man or woman of God. You're going to have to pray for the leaders that he chose. He chose or she chose what they had available at the time. But you're going to have to become what you want to see in your church, in your community, in your work environment. And you have to be willing to be hated for that version of you. People will come around when they see they can't break you. People going to get tired of throwing stones. Let them wear their arm out. Let them talk. Let them chat behind your back. Who cares? They're still going to come back to the standard. They first going to go to the person that make them comfortable because we like comfort. But it's hard for you to go or be around someone that calls you higher. Because when you're with me, I need to go. That's how we're going. We're going up. All right? So I love y'all. Find you a community. Right? Because God could be leading you to a Leeds. That's the church that was called in Alabama. It was called Leeds, I think, Worship Center. It was Leeds something, but I don't know what the second word was. Because all I did is go in and worship. I fell on my face every day. So the church didn't even have to have a name. Right? Find you a place where you can fall out at the altar. Start there. Stop caring about lifting your hands and all this. Go all for nothing with God. And God will meet you there. And trust the process. You're not going to understand what God's going to take you through. But I want you all to arrive to a place where you can be so centered. Where God can guide you to your greater path. I am God's Queen Lady Honey. I'm his kingdom ambassador. I'm so honored to be my authentic self before you. I want nothing from you but for you to take this and go into your quiet place with God and become. I look forward to connecting with you. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay encouraged. Until next time.